Welcome back to the halftime show here on KO105. It's time for another edition of our Cougar Conversations. Today we're at Lawler Elementary with Principal Alicia White, learning more about the great things happening here at Lawler. Now, we're about 3 months into the brand new school year, which is wild to say that we're 3 months in. What's been going on at Lawler?
Just a couple of things. So we have done a variety of activities this year. We had a dance-a-thon that was very successful. Our PTO had helped us with that initiative. Let's see, we've got Fall Festival coming up. We have done some benchmark assessments. So we've been trying to mix fun with the academics and the necessary stuff that we need to do. I can't believe it's been 3 months. It's gone fast.
It's wild that we've already gone through. And I know when I was talking with Karen Lewis about some of the great things happening at Lawler, she specifically mentioned that I need to ask you about morning moves. What is morning moves?
So morning moves has been a tradition here at Lawler since before I started. This is my 7th year, so it was pre-Miss White, but it is an activity in the morning where students and the principal or teacher leader takes the kids through different dance routines, and we just get our bodies moving, blood flowing, we get our energy out so that when it's time to go back into the classroom, we can be focused.
Now, what kind of music are we listening to?
Well, we're listening to Kids Bop, and we're also listening to Go Noodle. So a lot of times they are popular songs that the kids love, but with that Kids Bop twist to it. And then Go Noodle is a movement break kind of channel that's on YouTube that encourages whole body movement that leads to brain research, kids being able to pay more attention. So we incorporate a lot of those in the morning.
You mentioned the dance-a-thon, and I know when I was in elementary school back in the olden days, we had walk-a-thons. Is this kind of the same thing?
It is. We had a walk-a-thon last year. It was very successful. We always have families that are very generous in donating towards our causes, and we love to dance together in the mornings. That's really a highlight, so we thought, why not extend that into a dance-a-thon? So each class came in during their recess time. I led them in our kind of normal morning moves activities, and we danced straight for about 20 minutes, and then we had some popsicles, and then the next group came in. We raised $10,000 with that. Our families are very generous.
That's impressive. That's really good things happening here. I know you also touched on the Fall Festival, and I know when I was back in elementary school, we had something called the Winter Carnival, which I'm assuming is very similar as I dropped my paper on the ground. And I know that looking back at elementary school, that was always one of my favorite things looking back. What is the Fall Festival?
So Fall Festival will happen on November 10th this year, and the teachers are putting together games that the kids will be able to visit. We've got raffle going on, so we're going to have 5 winners that will have a chance to win $500. For $1, you get a ticket, and then that enters you into a drawing for $500. We have a variety of companies and corporations here locally that have donated to the cause, so we're excited. We've got some UK basketball tickets. We've got Holiday World. So there's a bunch of different things that have been donated for the means to raise money, classroom supplies, field trips, and just kind of extracurricular, the cherry on top, if you will, the things that kids really, truly enjoy.
Now, is this open to the public or just Lawler students?
It is open to the public. You will need a wristband. Those will be $5. We'll have a variety of games. We're hoping to have it outside. Every year, weather permitting, we try to get out there. It's November 10th, so we'll see how that goes. But we've got bounce houses, inflatable obstacle course. We'll have a petting zoo, corn sensory bin. But if anybody from the community wants to participate, they can always contact me at the school, and we'll get them that $5 wristband that goes for unlimited access to all of the things. We'll have a haunted house as well.
I know a few years ago, our Cougars in the Classroom segment was here, and we weren't necessarily in the classroom because at that point, I think it was still during COVID. I'm not even sure at that point the students were back in the school. It was weird times. We don't need to think about that. But we learned about the sensory playground. I know this is still happening, but for those that may not have heard about that, what is the sensory playground?
So sensory playground was an area that our PE teacher at the time, Megan Lidkey, worked with her family to create, and was an opportunity for kids to go outside and have a mask break. They were inside, 6 feet apart with masks on, and that is not the prime learning environment. So we knew that we had to give them a break so that they could have a chance for some fresh air, for some movement, because they really weren't able to really get up and move by others. It was very restrictive at that time. We still have that out back, but kind of at the heart of Lawler is that whole child, understanding that we need physical fitness, physical activity, and that really plays into success in academics.
I appreciate the time. Great things are happening here at Lawler Elementary. Be sure to come out and see all of the great events, starting with that fall festival here in a couple of weeks. We'll take a break and have more on the halftime show, as this has been another edition of Cougar Conversations here on K105.